Well, hello everyone. I'm going to show you about 6 different ways that you can build a business online or just put a message of good and of healing out there and have it reach more people. 6 examples. All you need is internet connection. You can do it from your smartphone or a computer, whatevs, it doesn't matter. Just a few minutes a day so it can fit around the craziest, most busiest of people ever on planet Earth. And perhaps most exciting of all, going to be yourself. Not going to be some weirdo that transforms or devolves into somebody that your friends and family doesn't even recognize anymore. So let's get started. I've got them typed out because I couldn't remember them all off the top of my head. It happens. So the first example, and by the way, you may not make the connection between these examples I'm going to give you and how it actually relates to building a business or making money or putting a message out there of good and of healing. I'll explain that at the very end of the video, so stick around. This is going to be reasonably short. So the first example number 1, where we are going to be putting things out there that's going to have people feeling good. All right, example number 1. Lifestyle. This is a lifestyle way of building a business or sharing a message online. So here's an example of something that I would put up on Facebook of a lifestyle. I took a beautiful picture of a sunrise that I saw, and I do this a lot, lots of pictures of sun. That's one of my things. Now put the picture up there, and in this particular example that I grabbed, I put the caption over or under the sunrise, it doesn't matter. Put that little space where you can type something with the picture. I put, I love watching the sunrise. It warms me. Share a picture of your surroundings and reply. Let's see the beauty that is in your world. Notice at the end of that I put a question. It's engaging instead of just a statement or something that isn't it. It's creative, it's interesting, and it's engaging. And people will respond with stuff that's beautiful around the world. And it's going to invoke them to have a good feeling, to feel good, because we're putting good messages out there, whether you have a business and you want to make money, or you just want to be a good steward of human emotions and put stuff out there that people feel good about. That's what this is doing. So example number 2 of 6. This is going to be a real life vulnerability, keeping it 100% real. So you don't want to come off as perfect because it's a lie for one thing and it's unrelatable. So this is real life vulnerability, 100% real. This is where real connections are made, you know? So here's a post that I could put up there. I messed up last night. So this is a typed out post. It could also be a video, whatever you want to do. I messed up last night. No worries, today is anew. I learned a valuable lesson I'm taking with me, and I'm stronger and better for it. What's your biggest struggle right now, and what's your best way to overcome? So, people relate, because I messed up. I could be specific about what it was. This is just sort of a generic example so you can get the idea of conceptually what it is. It's engaging, and I'm asking people a question that doesn't so much get them to focus on the problem, but the solution, because I'm asking what's your biggest struggle right now and what's your best way to overcome. So that could get some really cool engagement going. And also it's very beneficial and helpful for other people that are reading it who might be going through a similar problem, and then they see ways that other people have overcome. And this kind of thing really if you do it consistently on a daily basis, these kinds of shares on social media like Facebook, you start to build an audience, kind of a tribe, a community feel, and people start friending up with each other. Your friends start becoming friends with each other, and you make new friends, and it just starts to build a really cool community and some unity within that community by putting stuff like that out there. So that was example number 2. Example number 3 of 6. Humor and relatables. Or it could be just humor or just a relatable, but this one we're cross-stitching. You can do a lot of mergers, but this one we're cross-stitching humor and a relatable. And this is something that I saw somewhere else, and I thought it was cool, so I swiped it. Somebody just, it was a typed out post. They said, woke up, ate leftover garlic cheese bread, didn't brush my hair or my teeth, pretty sure I stink, no makeup and yoga pants, but trying to blend in at Walmart, LOL. How am I doing? LOL. And I saw that, and she had a ton of comments and people laughing and people saying, I relate, here's what just sharing their own examples. It was just a really fun thing. So how does all this stuff relate to building a business? I'll get to that. A few more examples. Example number 4. Ask a question or fill in the blank. This is super simple. And when people join my organization, my company, I actually have a big old text file with tons of examples, stuff tried and proven, so that if they're not able to think of anything, they can just easily copy and paste something at random and put it out there. But so it's easy. Ask a question. Which is worse, failing or never trying? You put that out there, and generally people are going to jump all over it, and they'll not only answer it with, oh, never trying is worse, but they'll give an example and they'll give their rationale behind it, and before you know it, you could have this beautiful philosophical kind of conversation, and it gets people to focus more on the positive about never giving up, keep trying, finding solutions to problems, and that kind of thing. So very simple, asking a question. And a fill in the blank could be, I am at my best when I fill in the blank, and then people will respond and they'll start thinking about when they're at their best. Pretty cool stuff. So example number 5, learn and teach. They're all powerful, but this one complements everything else, and everything else complements this one really well. So this could be something super simple. I focus on it more as a layperson, learning and teaching something as a layperson, instead of coming off as this expert that's over everyone's head. So here's my example. And I recycle this one a lot. This one's mine. You know that PLU number on the produce items at the grocery store? If it starts with 9, it's organic. An easy way to remember this is 9 is fine. Next time you're picking up some fresh produce, just remember to look at the PLU number and remember 9 is fine. When was the last time you learned something as cool as this? So that's something I learned, taught it, super simple, kind of, playful in a way, and ended it with a question that's kind of engaging, so people can respond and, oh wow, that's kind of neat. I'll have to remember that next time I'm at the grocery store. Oh, and by the way, here's the last really cool thing I learned. And then they might be sharing stuff. So it's not just quick answers I'm going for with these questions, but something that's more engaging, that gets conversation going. Instead of click like if you like this post. That's really not interesting. A lot of people do it, but it's not very engaging. And the more engagement, like real engagement that you give, the more social media and Facebook is actually going to show your content in front of the eyeballs of more people. So the goal, it's like a game. The game is, I need to create as much engagement as possible. And the better you learn how to play that game through just daily practice and repetition and doing these different kinds of posts and shares, the more you do it, the better you're going to get, because you're going to notice things that, oh, that works pretty well. Oh, this doesn't. So I should scale up on the things that are working and trash the things that aren't. And that's just through lots of experience in doing this on a daily basis. So that's how that works. Example number 6, and then I'm going to tell you how all this sort of ties in to build a business or perpetuate a message of good and appealing to make money, whatever it is that you're trying to do. So example number 6, share your journey and invite others to come with you for their own goals. Don't sell here. Never treat your public space, like your timeline or your wall or whatever, as a place to sell stuff. Don't market your product or sell there. That's not the place for it. You can scroll up and down my timeline. I'm living proof of it. You won't find me selling or marketing there, okay? I'm making these kinds of posts. They're fun, they're authentic, they're organic. Okay, so example number 6, share your journey and invite others to come with you for their own goals. Don't sell. I swiped this from someone else. Let's see here. Actually, this is sort of a merger between mine and someone else, but I do post like this a lot, where I share my journey. So here's what somebody else said for this example. Midday energy crashes plagued me for years until recently. A friend asked me to try this superfoods shake that they sell for lunch instead of what I used to eat for lunch. I don't do shakes, but I was open because I was sick of the midday crashes. Problem solved. I do this superfoods shake for lunch now. LOL. Oh yeah, I dropped a few pounds too. Smiley face. What do you do to keep from the dreaded mid-noon energy crash? Happy to show you my new lunch if you'd like. So there's a lot of things going on here. I kept it real, said I don't really do superfood shakes, because a lot of people are going to be like, yeah, I don't either. But then I explained, but I'm open to this one, and I'm so glad I did, because the problem is solved. I no longer have these crashes. A lot of people can relate to those crashes and not wanting to try somebody. So right here, I'm leading by example with my own journey, and being a layperson and kind of playful with it and all that stuff. And oh yeah, dropped a few pounds too. Obviously that wasn't mine, because I never needed to lose weight. I had the opposite problem. And then there's the question, what do you do to keep from the dreaded noon energy crashes? And maybe most people don't have a way to do it, but they'd like to. but then you're like, happy to show you my new lunch if you'd like. So then people are going to be like, connecting to that. So maybe I could see what this person, before you know it, you might get some messages to your inbox, people asking about it. It happens. It's pretty cool. So here's how all of this actually goes towards building a business online that you can do from your smartphone, your computer, or whatever. But you do a combination of posts like that. Do like 3, 4, 5 posts, a day, something like that. Practice every day. You'll get really fluent. It only takes a couple minutes to do, so you can do it around a busy lifestyle. But you're basically building a community, and the important thing is not that they buy. The important thing is you're building a community that's where they're engaging on your timeline. And it also conditions people to want to check your timeline and keep reading because they find it interesting and they're meeting cool people, and it's just a good experience for them. They like the experience of being on your timeline and reading your posts and the comments that follow and the engagement of those posts. So then when you put something out there, like example number 6, where you're sharing your own journey and inviting others to come with you and not selling, but you're putting that invitation out, they're more likely going to see it. More eyeballs are going to be on it versus if you're just doing sales pitches all day long and that's it. Everyone's tuned out. They're never going to see it. But you are interesting, and then you still don't do a pitch. You just share the journey and invite people to look at it and to come with you. There's no pitching. People are conditioned to want to read your page. It's a good thing. And so the ones that are interested are going to be like, yeah, I'll ask. And then you're going to get to a point where you do this enough where you don't even have to make the invitation. There's just people that's going to ask you what you're doing anyway. And then you can go from there into that conversation. And then, another example you could use following example number 6, share your journey and invite others to come with you. One of mine was when I first got started and I got my first paycheck, I'm like, wow, cool. I just got my first paycheck. I got involved in a new business. I had no idea if it was going to work. I gave it my best shot. Just got my first paycheck, filled up a tank of gas. It's a small start, but this time next year, maybe have enough to pay, the month's rent or something, go from, just sort of graduate in little steps like that. And then I can button out with the question like, wow, this is pretty cool. I just paid for a tank of gas with my new business. Damn, this is pretty neat. Who'd be interested in looking at what I'm doing? I guess it's working. Happy to show it to you, however you want to, whatever feels organic to you, as long as it's not weird or creepy and you're just being your authentic self. Another one could be like, let's say it's more of a weight loss thing because it's a common one. I just dropped a few pounds. I was stuck at the same weight for the last 10 months. The dreaded weight loss plateau. Raise your hand if you can feel me. But I tried this new regimen, this new program, this new superfood shake, whatever it is. I tried this new thing and the 10-month plateau is gone. Holy crap, this is cool. Hey, if you all got some goals you'd like to talk about with your own weight loss and your wellness journey, hit me up, private message me. Maybe I can connect you to something that might work for you too. Or here's another example of 6, because this is a cool one. I could do examples all day long. But another example of example number 6, sharing your journey and invite others to come with. You sprinkle little bits in at a time. Like maybe you just had this little micro victory of you got your first, couple $100 in your new business, and you're a little bit healthier from using the product. So you could share something like, wow, this is pretty cool. The paycheck started just a couple bucks. A couple months later, now it's a couple $100. And I'm healthier for it just from using the product that's helping me make this new money. Just curious if you guys are into health and fitness like I am, you love wellness, and you want to have your own great experience with your own health goals, and you want to learn how to make some money with that too like I am, just shoot me a private message and I'll show you what I'm doing. If it looks like something you'd be interested in, we'll do it. If not, no big deal. So you can see it's very nonchalant. It's not weird. You can even give them an out. Sometimes I do, sometimes don't. Whatever is natural, whatever is in the moment that feels right, And you're still not selling anything. You're just inviting people to message you. You just shared a bit of your story, your journey, this little success. And especially if you talk about the problem that you had, like where you were stuck, where you might have messed up, things weren't working right, then you found this solution and you made this little micro victory or a big victory. Just as they happen, you share that stuff like that. And then you just put the invitation out there. Hey, if you guys like health and wellness and you want to learn how to make money with health and wellness too, like I am, hit me up, private email. I'll show you what I'm doing. And if it looks like a good fit, we'll do it too. And if not, no big deal, no worries. Something like that. And then I'd love that. If not, it's no big deal if it's not your thing. But if you want to look at it just in case it is, happy to share it with you. So then it's like people are much less likely to put up any resistance about messaging you, because what's the thing that a lot of people want to stay away from at like all costs? They don't want to be pressured into doing something they don't want to do. So if you let them know, hey, and if it's not your thing, no big deal. But just in case it is, take a look at it. Just in case it is, and if not, no big deal. So, oh, okay, cool. Then I might as well ask that dude or dudette about it, because they're not going to make me feel weird if I'm not into it after I see it. So there you go. Well, I have endless examples, and there's much more than just 6 kinds of ways to build a business and share posts online. But I've got endless trainings on this stuff. I've got a large team. I've been doing it since 2007. So if you do practicing what I preach, if you like health and wellness, and you'd like to learn how to make money around health and wellness, and merging those two things, health and wealth, so you got more freedom and more options. If you got wealth and your health, you just got more freedoms and more options, and you feel better. And you can do more for other people. If that turns you on, just ask me what I'm doing. I'll show you the specific company that I'm with, and if it turns you on, we'll do it. And if not, no big deal. So I'll hear from you soon. And please feel free to share this video. This is just a great lesson for people, a great training for people, whether they want to make money or they don't want to make money, but just for the sake of building a community that perpetuates good, positive, healing messages throughout the world. Okay? And my website is tomburkenmeyer.com, just as it's spelled here on social media. tomburkenmeyer.com. I love you all. Make out kisses. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Make out kisses. See how authentic and real you get to be? If this were like a typical traditional business video, I wouldn't have done make out kisses, because that might be seen as unprofessional. I don't know. Who knows? Who cares? Make out kisses. Mwah! I'll hear from you soon. Looking forward to all who comment below, and all who send me messages asking me about my deal that you want to check out. Bye for now.